Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we talk about the first homes built in America and how those first humble dwellings grew into grand representations of a brand new country. But have you ever stopped to consider what the very first homes in this vast country looked like? What were the architectural marvels or humble abodes that laid the foundation for American domesticity? Join me on a journey back to the early days of colonization, when the wilderness was tamed and dreams of a new life took shape in the heart of an untamed continent. These were not grand statements, but immediate responses to the harsh environment and the urgent need for shelter. The southern colonies, particularly Virginia and Maryland, were known for their grand plantations, which featured large, stately homes built from brick. The hot, humid climate necessitated features like raised foundations to combat dampness and large windows for ventilation. The abundance of timber led to construction techniques such as timber framing, where heavy wooden posts and beams formed the skeletal structure filled in with infill materials and clad with clapboard siding. The Puritans of New England, known for their austere and simple lifestyle, favored meeting houses that reflected their religious beliefs. Their labor was instrumental in building the grand homes and plantations that characterized the southern colonies. However, it's important to acknowledge the tragic context of slavery and the inhumane treatment of these individuals. Public structures such as town halls, churches, and universities began to take on more prominent roles in civic and religious life. The desire to create spaces that inspired awe and reflected the growing sense of identity led to the incorporation of classical elements, symmetry, and a greater attention to detail. The labor of enslaved Africans was essential in maintaining the grand plantations that dotted the landscape. The prosperity and cultural exchange of this era were intertwined with the exploitation and suffering of enslaved people. Understanding this duality provides a more complete picture of the period and allows us to appreciate the achievements of early American architecture within a broader social and ethical context. And their forced migration and subjugation had profound impacts on the social and economic development of the colonies. From the humble beginnings of simple cabins to the grandeur of stately mansions, each building tells a story of a time when new communities were being established and a new nation was taking shape. The use of local materials, the influence of various European traditions, and the blending of practicality with aesthetics resulted in a rich tapestry of architectural expression. Their forced labor and the wealth it generated played a significant role in shaping the colonial economy and society. The innovations, adaptations, and traditions that emerged during the colonial era will continue to resonate throughout American architectural history. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a comment below. Let us know which aspect of early American architecture fascinated you the most. And if you'd like to learn more about this topic or explore other architectural wonders, don't forget to subscribe for more updates. Till next time, keep discovering, keep exploring, and keep appreciating the beauty of our built environment. The skilled craftsmen who poured their expertise into every detail, the families who gathered within their walls, and the communities that shaped and defined them. These structures, such as the Old South Meeting House in Boston, were simple in form with minimal ornamentation, emphasizing the importance of the community gathering rather than the building itself. From the simple yet sturdy homes of New England to the grandeur of southern plantations, each region had its own distinct character. The use of local materials, the influence of various European traditions, and the blending of practicality with aesthetics resulted in a rich tapestry of architectural expression. A land of dense forests and immense rivers awaited the imprint of human ambition. Now picture the first brave souls stepping ashore with little more than hope and the tools of survival. The emphasis on symmetry, proportion, and classical motifs signified a growing sophistication in American taste and the desire to align with the cultural trends of Europe. Homes were no longer just shelters, but became statements of wealth, status, and cultural refinement. How did they, with such humble beginnings, begin to forge a distinct architectural identity, one that would echo across centuries and define the nascent spirit of a new nation? Named after King George II, this style brought a sense of classical order, symmetry, and proportion to American buildings. These homes not only represented the wealth and status of their owners, but also showcased the best of local craftsmanship and the growing sophistication of American architecture. Georgian homes were typically 2 stories, built of brick or wood, with a symmetrical facade. A central front door often adorned with a pediment or pilasters and evenly spaced windows. The story of early American and colonial architecture isn't just about bricks and beams. It's a testament to resilience, resourcefulness, and the enduring dream of a new life built from the ground up. So let's get started. Now, when imagining the United States, one might conjure up images of towering skyscrapers, sprawling suburbs, or charming small towns. I think these pioneers, primarily from England but also from Germany, France, and the Netherlands, brought with them the skills and knowledge of their homelands but were confronted with a new set of challenges and resources. The dense forests and abundant wildlife of the eastern woodlands presented both an opportunity and a challenge. The abundance of timber, particularly in the northeast, made with the primary building material leading to construction. Techniques imported from England, such as timber framing, where heavy wooden posts and beams formed the skeletal structure, filled in with infill materials and clad with clapboard siding. As the colonies matured, distinct regional architectural patterns emerged, largely influenced by the dominant immigrant groups in their respective homelands. The architectural landscape of early America, spanning roughly from the early 17th century through the American Revolution, is a fascinating tapestry woven from necessity, imported traditions, and evolving societal aspirations. Far from a monolithic style, it represents a diverse range of regional adaptations, reflecting the specific climate, available materials, cultural backgrounds of the settlers, and their economic circumstances. This era saw the gradual transformation of temporary shelters into enduring symbols of community and home, laying the groundwork for future American architectural expressions. Our journey begins with the earliest European settlers who ventured to the New World, seeking new opportunities and a break from the traditions of the Old World. In New England, early shelters often consisted of dugouts, wattled daub huts, or simple log cabins. As we move south, the climate becomes warmer and more hospitable, allowing for the growth of larger trees like the tulip poplar and the white oak. During this time, religion played a significant role in shaping the character of early American architecture. Moving into the mid-18th century, we see the emergence of Georgian architecture as the dominant influence across all colonies. This era also witnessed the rise of some of the most iconic homes in American history, such as the Longfellow House in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and the Wrightson House in Charleston, South Carolina. One cannot talk about colonial architecture without mentioning the contributions of African Americans who were forcibly brought to the colonies as slaves. As we delve deeper into the world of early American and colonial architecture, it's essential to recognize the diversity of styles and influences that shaped this period. As the colonies grew and prospered, so did the scale and complexity of their buildings. The mid-18th century marked a turning point as Georgian architecture became increasingly popular throughout the colonies. However, it's crucial to acknowledge that this period of elegance and sophistication was shadowed by the continued practice of slavery in the southern colonies. Despite the beauty and grandeur of colonial architecture, it's essential to recognize the complexities of the time. As we conclude our exploration of early American and colonial architecture, we are left with a sense of wonder and admiration for the ingenuity, creativity, and hard work that went into creating these enduring structures. The diversity of styles, from the Saltbox charm of New England to the elegant proportions of Georgian architecture, reflects the unique challenges and opportunities of each region. But beyond the beauty of the buildings themselves, it's crucial to remember the human stories behind them. As we move forward in our exploration of American architecture, keep in mind the foundations laid during this early period. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the captivating world of early American and colonial architecture.